Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Speak Your Life Podcast. My name is Aundrey and I'm your host. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to get your bi-weekly content and follow us on Instagram at SpeakYourLYFE because life without your why is meaningless. I hope you find this voice to be lovely and sexy, and if you don't, be sure to still hit that subscribe button. Alright, so obviously most of us know the day we were born, but have you ever wondered why? Sadly, some people go their whole lives without knowing this and feel like they've wasted the time they've been given on trivial things, matters, and jobs they hate. Well, according to Business Insider's article on 17 seriously disturbing facts about your job, 87% of Americans have no passion for their jobs. The average American spends 90,000 hours working. That's about 1/3 of your life. That's a lot of hours if you ask me. So it's probably best that you spend those at a place that you love, at least in theory. I know after graduating from college in 2017 from Harding University, shout out to the real HU, I felt so lost. From a cashier and server at a restaurant to selling DirecTV, being a brand ambassador for retailers to food delivery at Postmates and DoorDash. Why? Mainly because of the horror stories I heard from my Uber driving friends and was assured that food would never argue or throw up in my car on a Friday night after clubbing. That's why. All that to say, it took me time, but I finally felt like I had a passion for what I was doing for the first time in my life when I encountered the airline industry. It was almost like love at first flight, I guess you could say. Basically, what I've learned is that life is like a house, and whether you live in a small, humble abode or an MTV-worthy mansion, the choice is yours. But whatever you choose, know one thing. The exterior, that is your windows, doors, rooftop, or chimney for all the little fancy people out there, that represents your actions and the things you do that people can see as they drive by, so to speak. But the most important thing is actually what they cannot see with their eyes, and which is the foundation. The thing that represents your values or the things that you live by or on in this case. You see, friends, the storms in life are more like a gush of wind and not if. And what your foundation is made of will determine how strong you'll stand. So ask yourself, what is your house standing on? Because when you know that, you will also get closer to finding what it is you're meant to spend your 90,000 hours of life on. And would I say that I'm an advocate of vision boards? Well, sure. But I'd like to also propose the yin to its yang, which are values boards. Because there are so many people that are so focused only on doing and not becoming. And what do I mean by that? Well, you got people that are embracing the concept of what I do is all of who I am, and that can't be true. You know you're more than what you do, right? Unfortunately, we have people on the other end of the spectrum that may actually love what they are doing so much that it turns into an unhealthy relationship with work. So much to the point where they're abandoning their marriages, having nannies practically raise their kids for 18 years, and just have all these achievements with no true fulfillment. Tony Robbins once said that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. So again, ask yourself, what is your house standing on? Here in this podcast, we will have conversations to help and encourage you to find your why, from entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, and what I like to call 9-to-5 heroes. But all that to say, be sure to subscribe to the podcast to get your content and follow us on Instagram at SpeakYourLYFE because life without your why is meaningless. We thank you so much for being on this episode here today and being on this first step to a long journey together, because it is together and only together we will go far. We'll see you next time on the next episode.